Serving as our demolitions experts, the Grenadiers provide heavy ordnance delivery whenever and wherever we need it.
Hey everybody, ChristopherOdd here, and this is another video to show off all of the skills for another class in XCOM 2. This is the third of 5 videos where I'm showing you all of the class abilities from each archetype of each class. Up next, we're going to be doing the Grenadier class. Now this class is all about crowd control and breaking through enemy armor. Grenadier is really a lifesaver early on in the campaign, and it does scale pretty well into the later months at higher ranks as well. As with the previous video, you're able to click on any of the abilities on the skill tree and jump directly to that skill's location in the video. I'm going to be starting with the Demolitions Expert side, and then we'll move over into the Heavy Gunner archetype. So without further delay, let's get going. The first skill at SQUADDIE rank is the Launch Grenade skill, and you might look at this as not a big deal, but it's pretty significant. How it works is it uses a grenade launcher. It allows for greater range and capacity. All grenades benefit, including non-offensive grenades, things like smoke. Range can be increased with more advanced grenade launchers, although I haven't been able to test that myself. These already get a significant range, and if we get to further that with advanced weaponry, this is going to be a really powerful class. For the first skill, we're going to take a look at Laughte Padding. How it works is it grants a bonus point of armor and 66% less damage taken from explosives. So the armor is great because that reduces all damage that you take unless the armor is broken. And 66% less damage from explosives can be used in 2 ways. Obviously, it's great to reduce damage from an enemy grenade being thrown at you. But if you get into an unfortunate position and you need to throw a grenade from a teammate, know full well that you'll most likely survive if you have to take the grenade hit yourself. Next up, we have Demolition. Demolition unleashes a volley of bullets to significantly damage or destroy your target's cover. Deals no damage to the target, however, and it requires 2 ammo points with a 3-turn cooldown. Really great to set up flank shots and just put your enemy at a major disadvantage when they think they're behind cover. The Heavy Ordnance ability is really simple. What it does is it enables the grenade in your grenade-only slot to gain a bonus use. And it's also important to know that all grenades are viable for Heavy Ordnance, even non-offensive grenades like battle scanners and smoke grenades. As you can see, this skill pairs extremely well with a skill that's coming up called Salvo. Volatile mix is pretty powerful, and what it does, it makes your grenades have an increased radius of 1 tile and deal 2 additional damage on every grenade. It is important to know, though, that grenade damage is increased against enemy targets, but there's no increase to the environmental damage that the grenades can do. And explosive damage is dealt equally across the whole radius, so you don't have to ensure that the center of the grenade is on your target. It'll hit regardless of how close to the center it is.
X-ray neutralized. Enemy down.
Salvo is a pretty powerful ability that you unlock at the major rank, and how it works is that when you're launching or throwing grenades or using heavy weapons with your first action, it will not end your turn. And the last skill in the Demolitions Expert tree is unlocked at the Colonel rank, and it's called Saturation Fire. How it works is that you fire a cone-shaped barrage of bullets at every enemy in an area. In addition, the cover of those enemies can be damaged or destroyed. It uses 3 ammo, and it has a 5-turn cooldown. And Saturation Fire is going to take a standard shot at every enemy in the cone, and it will damage or destroy random cover elements in the cone as well. So you can clear out a large area with saturation fire. Very, very powerful. And moving over to the first skill under the heavy gunner side, unlocked at the corporal rank, is called Shredder. Basically what Shredder does is shreds enemy armor with your cannon attacks. A successful shot with a conventional cannon is going to shred one armor from the target, but more advanced cannons will be able to shred more armor from your enemies. And this makes the Grenadier class really essential, especially early on, because you will run into some robotic enemies that have points of armor that drastically reduce your damage output, and being able to get rid of that at the beginning of a fight can make or break how that fight ends. Suppression makes its return in XCOM 2, pinning down an enemy and granting a reaction fire shot if it moves. It also imposes a -50 penalty to the target's aim. It does cost 2 ammo points to use, but it doesn't have any cooldown. And Suppression will be cancelled if you take damage with the unit that you're using to suppress. It's also important to know that if multiple units are suppressing a target, the aim penalty will stack. Holo targeting also returns in XCOM 2, and how it works is that on any directed shot, including Suppression, you're going to mark your target, increasing your squad's aim by 15 against that specific target. However, any cannon abilities that target multiple enemies will not grant Holo targeting.
Rimbalzato sulla corazza.
Next up and unlocked at the captain's rank, you have Chain Shot. How it works is that you take a shot with an aim penalty of -15. If you hit the target, you take another shot on the target automatically. It does require 2 ammo points to use. It has a 3-turn cooldown, but it can be devastating against non-cover enemies or when augmented with aim bonuses to offset the -15. Hail of Bullets that's unlocked at the major rank is actually really interesting and extremely powerful if you have the ammo to use it. It unleashes a hail of bullets that's guaranteed to hit your target, but it does require 3 ammo points to use, and it has a 5-turn cooldown, so planning and execution are extremely important with Hail of Bullets. And last, but of course not least, at the Colonel rank, you have Rupture. A Rupture shot deals critical damage and ensures the target takes an additional +3 damage from all attacks in the future. It does cost 3 ammo, has a 3-turn cooldown, and the target will take 3 additional damage from every attack that it takes.
La corazza ha resistito. Heading out.
So that about sums it up for the Grenadier class. It's really powerful. It's one of my favorites. Gets you out of a ton of difficult situations, but it also sets your squad up for success, specifically just being able to remove cover in a numerous amount of ways. I think most people will probably pick and choose skills from both trees instead of sticking explicitly to one. However, I think that both trees, if built explicitly in the way that they are supposed to be, can be really powerful in their own right, and there's a lot of really interesting combinations that can happen. So we still have a couple of classes to finish up. We are going to be doing the Sharpshooter class and the Specialist as well, so stay tuned for those. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate the support, and I have a lot of fun making these videos. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'll try my best to answer what I can, and I'm sure, as you guys are, very excited for XCOM 2 to fully release, and we'll talk to you guys next time. See you later.
The world world you once knew is no more.